Are you the friend that is never allowed to run music at parties? Were you embarrassed to post your Spotify Wrapped last year? Change that by tuning in to The Cosign. Join me, Matt Johnson, Saturdays noon to 1 for a showcase of all things hip-hop from cities across the United States. Perfect for blowing out your car speakers, it's The Cosign on Lincoln's new music alternative, 90.3 KRNU. Maxo Cream and Tyler the Creator on that one with Big Persona. Now, Maxo Cream would be the type of person to be called a big persona coming out of Houston. Kind of the Houston Rick Ross. If you've seen a picture of the two, you can get what I'm talking about. But credit to Maxo Cream, one of the most electric concerts I've ever been to here at a local venue here in Lincoln. The only concert that I've ever been to where a man attempted to stage dive and the crowd actually parted like the Red Sea away from him. Did not end well for him, so to speak, but still, electric performer, electric musician, really putting Houston on his back. Another artist that's putting Houston on their back recently is the one and only Beyonce. The queen herself out of Houston just released a country album, Cowboy Carter, yesterday, and collaborated on this next track with another woman rapper out of Houston, Megan Thee Stallion. This song you probably heard on TikTok before. If you haven't, I would be very, very surprised. Savage Remix, Beyonce, and Megan Thee Stallion here on 90.3 KRNU. It's The Cosign. 90.3 KRNU. That was Uproar by Lil Wayne off of his 2018 album, The Carter 5. Now, Lil Wayne is kind of unique in the hip-hop scene in that he has some extremely good one-liners that after you hear these lines, it takes them like 3 to 5 seconds for them to set in your head. And you're like, did he just say that? Did I hear that right? Off of his song 6 Foot 7 Foot, he has a line that says, "Real G's move in silence like lasagna." First time I heard that, I had to like say it over and over in my head a couple times in order for that to sink in. But once I got it, I'm like, man, I never thought that way before. And that's what I like about Wayne. He does things his own way, and somehow, some way, he makes it work, and he makes it work very well. This next song, I have a little backstory behind it, and this is throwing it way, way back to when I was like 12 or 13, I think. I was in school. This is the first time I was really getting into music in general, and we had these like school laptops, you know? And the only thing that was unblocked on there was free Pandora. I couldn't even look up any music I wanted to play. I had to listen to this radio station and hope some song that I liked came through the rotation. So that was kind of annoying. I was looking through the radio stations. I see this like hip-hop rap pregame station. And my 12-year-old brain is thinking, oh, that looks pretty cool. You know, I like to get pumped up. Let's do some schoolwork. Let's get in the mood. I clicked on that. This is the first song that played, and I have listened to it ever since. I'm going in with Lil Wayne, Drake, and Young Jeezy here on The Cosign, 90.3 KRNU. Dreams and Nightmares, Meek Mill here on The Cosign. Now, if that doesn't get you pumped to listen to the rest of an album, I don't know what will. But before Meek Mill came out with that banger of a song in 2012, we have to go all the way back to the 90s where hip-hop in Philly was really getting its start. And before people knew him for the slap heard around the world, there was a man who was West Philadelphia born and raised on the playground where he would spend most of his days. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith, actually had a short music career. Hard to believe, I know. But he came out with an album called Big Willie Style back in the 90s, 1997 to be specific. It did some pretty good numbers. It inspired Eminem to say in his songs, Will Smith doesn't have to cuss to sell records, but I do, so you can finish the rest of it, because I can't say it on here. Miami by Will Smith, 90.3 KRNU. Contrary to what you've been hearing on the show so far, Dreamville does have other artists signed to it besides JID. They actually released a album from the entire label together called Revenge of the Dreamers 3 back in 2019. Now this was a huge deal. They brought in 50 or 60 other artists and producers into a 10-day session in their studios just to crank out this album to make it as good as they could. and boy, did they achieve that. What we got out of it was a 30-song masterpiece, full of posse cuts, slow songs, fast songs, blow your car speakers out songs. You name it, they have it on here. And if you love features, all of these songs have like 3, 4, 5 artists on here. So if you're like me, this is the album for you.